I'm Dr. David Beaulieu with more news you can use. And I want to talk to you today about some very, very large multinational corporations that have been allowed to genetically modify our food and make pesticides, insecticides through genetic modification. It's really created some enormous problems. 10, 12 years ago in our office, we had perhaps 50% of our patients coming in for allergy evaluation sensitive or allergic to grain. That was a lot. Today it's 100%. If you eat grain, you are going to be sensitive or allergic. It's a matter of time. It isn't food anymore. Grain has allowed us to live in community. It was grain that allowed us not to be herders anymore. When we began to plant and to reap, we didn't have to chase goats around the mountains anymore. We could live in community. We live in community because of grain, and it's no longer food. It's now toxic. It is poison. And it's frightening. And you need to know that you need and your family needs to avoid GMO foods. You need to shop at places like Wild Oats. You need to shop at places where it's clearly labeled. If it's not labeled non-GMO, you can bet there's genetically modified organisms that are going into your diet. And there are 9 GMO food crops currently being grown for commercial use. You need to know what they are. There's soy, corn, cotton, granola, that's oil, sugar from sugar beets, zucchini, who would have figured zucchini, yellow squash, Hawaiian papaya, and alfalfa. If you're eating any of that, and it doesn't say organic or non-GMO, you're getting poisoned. And that's really, really important. Glyphosate is a frightening chemical. Monsanto makes this herbicide. It looks like it's actually far worse than DDT, and we can't seem to get it off the market. There are all kinds of health hazards to glyphosate. But I want to read you this brief paragraph. The endocrine disrupting properties of glyphosate can lead to reproductive problems, infertility, miscarriage, birth defects, and sexual development. Fetuses, infants, and children are especially susceptible because they are continually experiencing growth and hormonal changes. For optimum growth and development, it is crucial that their hormonal system is functioning properly. The endocrine disrupting properties also lead to neurological disorders, learning disabilities, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, autism, dementia, Alzheimer's, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorders. Those most susceptible are children and the elderly. We're seeing this in the office. This is an epidemic. This is an epidemic allowed by our government. And it's allowed by government agencies that are put in place to protect us against companies doing this kind of damage to the American people. Read labels. We are powerful. We are the most powerful individuals in the world. I carry power here that's even greater than the power of the voting booth. Even greater than the power of the voting booth. What I choose to buy in the supermarket is extremely powerful. If we all boycott these products, believe me, they'll stop making them and they will stop poisoning our children and our grandchildren. Read labels. You want GMO-free, non-GMO products. You want to buy organic. You don't want to put poison. into your children and your grandchildren's diet.